Hello everyone, and welcome to VoxPapyrus, the best place to improve your listening skills. Today, we have a new story for A1 and A2 levels. Sit back, relax, and let's learn together. Weekend Plans. Chapter 1, Friday Evening. It is Friday evening. I come home from work at 6 o'clock. I am tired. The week is long. I work from Monday to Friday, 8 hours every day. But now the weekend is here. 2 days of freedom. 2 days of no alarm clocks, no meetings, and no emails. I am very happy. I open my apartment door. I take off my shoes. I hang my jacket on the hook. I put my keys on the shelf. I change my clothes. I take off my work shirt and pants. I put on comfortable sweatpants and a soft t-shirt. This feels so much better. I go to the kitchen. I make a cup of tea. Chamomile tea. It is warm and calming. I take my tea to the living room. I sit on the sofa. I take a deep breath. The apartment is quiet. The evening light comes through the window. The oak trees outside are dark against the orange sky. It is a beautiful Friday evening. I take out my phone. I think about my weekend. What do I want to do? I have 2 full days. No plans yet. I need to make some plans. I open the weather application on my phone. I check the forecast for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, sunny, 21 degrees, no rain. Perfect weather. Sunday, cloudy in the morning, sunny in the afternoon, 19 degrees. Also good. No rain all weekend. This is great news. I take a notebook and a pen from the coffee table. I start writing my weekend plan. Saturday morning, sleep late, make a big breakfast. Saturday afternoon, go to the farmer's market, walk in the park. Saturday evening, cook dinner, watch a movie. Sunday morning, clean the apartment. Sunday afternoon, call my parents, read a book, go to the cafe. Sunday evening, prepare for Monday, relax. I look at my list. It is a good plan. Not too busy, not too empty. A balance of activity and rest. That is the perfect weekend. I pick up my phone. I send a message to my friend Tom. Hey Tom, any plans for tomorrow? Want to go to the farmer's market together? Tom replies in a few minutes. Hi Alex. Great idea. What time? How about 10:30? We can meet at the main square. Perfect. See you there. I smile. It is always better to go to the market with a friend. We can walk around, try free samples, and talk about everything. I finish my tea. I make a simple dinner. I heat some leftover soup from yesterday. The soup is vegetable soup with potatoes, carrots, and onions. It is warm and filling. I eat at the kitchen table. I listen to soft music on my phone. After dinner, I watch a few videos on my laptop. Funny videos and travel videos. I laugh at a video of a cat playing piano. Cats are funny animals. At 11 o'clock, I go to bed. I do not set my alarm clock. This is the best part of Friday night. No alarm clock for tomorrow. I can sleep as long as I want. I close my eyes. I think about tomorrow. The market, the park, the sun. I fall asleep with a smile. Chapter 2, Saturday morning. I wake up on Saturday morning. I open my eyes slowly. The room is bright. Sunlight comes through the curtains. I reach for my phone. It is 9:15. I sleep for more than 10 hours. I feel rested and refreshed. I stay in bed for a few more minutes. I stretch my legs and arms. I yawn. I look at the ceiling. There is no hurry. There is no schedule. This is the luxury of a Saturday morning. At 9:30, I get out of bed. I put on my slippers. I walk to the bathroom. I wash my face with cold water. The cold water wakes me up immediately. I brush my teeth. I look in the mirror. I look relaxed and happy. No stress lines on my face today. I go to the kitchen. I decide to make a special Saturday breakfast. On weekdays, I eat quickly, eggs and toast, or just cereal. But on Saturday, I have time. I want a big, delicious breakfast. I take out ingredients from the fridge and the cabinets. Eggs, flour, milk, butter, sugar, and a banana. Today I will make pancakes. I put flour in a big bowl. I add a little sugar and a pinch of salt. I crack 2 eggs into the bowl. I add milk. I mix everything with a whisk. I whisk and whisk until the batter is smooth. There are no lumps. The batter is thick and creamy. I heat a pan on the stove. I add a small piece of butter. The butter melts and sizzles. I pour some batter into the pan. The batter spreads into a round circle. I cook it for 2 minutes. I see small bubbles on the surface. That means it is time to flip. I use a spatula and flip the pancake. The bottom side is golden brown. Perfect. I cook the other side for 1 more minute. I make 4 pancakes. I stack them on a plate. They look beautiful. For golden, round pancakes in a tower. I cut the banana into thin slices and put them on top. I pour honey over everything. The honey is thick and golden. It flows slowly down the sides of the pancakes. I also make coffee. On Saturday, I use the French press. I boil water. I put ground coffee in the French press. I add the hot water. I wait 4 minutes. Then I press the plunger down slowly. The coffee is dark and strong and smooth. I pour it into my favorite mug, the white one with the mountain picture. I carry my breakfast to the living room. On Saturdays, I eat on the sofa. I put the plate on the coffee table. I put my coffee mug next to it. I turn on the television. I watch a cooking show. A chef makes a Thai curry. It looks delicious. I eat my pancakes slowly. Every bite is wonderful. The pancake is soft and fluffy. The banana is sweet. The honey adds a rich, golden sweetness. I drink my coffee between bites. The strong, smooth coffee is the perfect partner for sweet pancakes. This is my favorite moment of the week. Saturday morning. Pancakes. Coffee. No rush. Pure happiness. Chapter 3, The Farmer's Market. At 10:15, I get dressed. I put on jeans, a white t-shirt, and my sneakers. I grab my reusable shopping bags. 2 big bags, one blue and one green. I put my wallet, phone, and keys in my pockets. I put on sunglasses because it is very sunny today. I look in the mirror. I look casual and relaxed. Perfect for a Saturday. I walk to the main square. It takes about 15 minutes. The streets are different on Saturday mornings. They are quieter than weekdays. There are fewer cars and more pedestrians. People walk slowly. They are not rushing to work. They carry coffee cups and shopping bags. Children ride bicycles and scooters on the sidewalk. Dogs walk with their owners. I arrive at the main square at 10:30. The farmer's market is already busy. Every Saturday morning, local farmers and artisans set up stalls in the main square. There are about 30 stalls arranged in rows. Each stall has a colorful tent above it. Red, blue, green, yellow. The market is alive with colors, smells, and sounds. I see Tom standing near the fountain in the center of the square. He waves at me. Tom wears a green jacket and jeans. He has his camera around his neck. Tom loves taking photos. Hey, Alex. Beautiful morning, is it not? Tom says. It is perfect, I say. Let us walk around. We start at the vegetable stalls. There are so many fresh vegetables. I see big red tomatoes, shiny green peppers, long orange carrots, dark purple eggplants, round white onions, and bunches of green spinach. Everything is fresh from the farm. I can smell the earth on the carrots. These tomatoes look amazing, I say to the farmer. She is a middle-aged woman with a wide-brimmed hat and a friendly smile. They are vine-ripened, she says. I picked them yesterday morning. They are the sweetest tomatoes you will ever taste. I buy a kilo of tomatoes and some spinach. She puts them in a paper bag. We walk to the fruit stalls. I see strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, cherries, peaches, and plums. The berries are in small baskets. They look juicy and colorful. I pick up a basket of strawberries. I smell them. They smell like summer. Try one, the farmer says. He is an old man with a white beard and kind eyes. I eat a strawberry. It is incredibly sweet and fresh. It is nothing like the strawberries from the supermarket. It tastes like sunshine. I will take 2 baskets, I say. We continue walking. We stop at a bread stall. A baker sells different types of bread. There is white bread, whole wheat bread, sourdough bread, rye bread, and bread with olives and herbs. The bread is still warm. I can feel the heat through the paper bag. I love the sourdough, Tom says. It is the best bread in Greenfield. I buy a loaf of sourdough bread. It is round and heavy. The crust is dark and crispy. It smells incredible. We stop at a cheese stall. There are many types of cheese. Yellow cheese, white cheese, soft cheese, hard cheese, cheese with herbs, and cheese with pepper. A woman gives us small pieces to try. I try a cheese with herbs. It is creamy and flavorful. This is goat cheese with rosemary and thyme, she says. I make it on my farm. It is delicious, I say. I buy a piece. There are also stalls selling honey, jam, olive oil, flowers, and handmade soap. I buy a jar of wildflower honey. The label says it comes from bees in the hills near Greenfield. Tom takes many photos of the market. He photographs the colorful vegetables, the bread stall, the flower arrangements, and the people. The light is perfect today, he says. Everything looks beautiful. We finish our market tour. My bags are full and heavy. I have tomatoes, spinach, strawberries, sourdough bread, goat cheese, and honey. All fresh, all local, all delicious. Chapter 4: A Walk in the Park. After the market, Tom and I decide to walk in the park. Central Park is near the main square. It is the biggest park in Greenfield. It has wide paths, tall trees, flower gardens, a lake, and even a small playground. We enter the park through the main gate. The gate is made of black iron with gold decorations. Above the gate, a sign says Central Park, Welcome. The park is beautiful today. The sun shines through the tall trees. The light makes patterns on the path. Shadows of leaves dance on the ground. The grass is green and thick. I can smell freshly cut grass. Someone mows the lawn this morning. We walk along the main path. It is a wide path with gravel. The gravel crunches under our feet. On both sides of the path, there are flower beds. I see red roses, pink peonies, purple lavender, and yellow marigolds. Butterflies fly from flower to flower. A big orange butterfly lands on a rose. It opens and closes its wings slowly. It is very pretty. We pass by a big fountain. The fountain has 3 levels. Water flows from the top and falls down to each level with a splashing sound. The water sparkles in the sunlight. Small birds sit on the edge of the fountain and drink water. A little girl throws a coin into the fountain. I make a wish, she says to her mother. We walk toward the lake. The lake is in the center of the park. It is not a big lake, but it is peaceful. The water is blue and calm. It reflects the trees and the sky like a mirror. There are ducks swimming on the lake. I count them. 1, 2, 3. 7 ducks. Some are brown. Some have green heads. There are wooden benches around the lake. Tom and I sit on a bench in the shade of a big willow tree. The willow tree has long, thin branches that hang down like curtains. Some branches touch the water. It is my favorite tree in the park. I take out my strawberries and offer some to Tom. We eat strawberries and watch the ducks. I love Saturdays, Tom says. Me too, I say. No stress. No deadlines. Just fresh air and strawberries. And good company, Tom adds. And good company, I agree. We sit by the lake for about 30 minutes. We talk about many things. We talk about work, about movies, about travel plans. Tom wants to visit Japan next year. I want to visit Portugal. We talk about food, about music, and about funny things that happen during the week. People pass by on the path. Families with children. Couples holding hands. Old people with walking sticks. Joggers in colorful sportswear. People with dogs. One man walks 5 dogs at the same time. 5 leashes in his hands. The dogs pull him in different directions. It looks very difficult. Tom takes a photo. We laugh. A man plays guitar near the lake. He sits on a blanket on the grass. His guitar case is open in front of him. People put coins and small bills inside. He plays beautiful Spanish music. The notes float across the water. The music mixes with the sounds of birds and the fountain. It is like a natural concert. I close my eyes and listen. The guitar. The birds. The water. The children laughing in the distance. The gentle wind in the leaves. This is peace. This is happiness. Chapter 5, Saturday evening. I say goodbye to Tom at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He walks to his apartment with his camera full of photos. I walk home with my market bags full of food. At home, I put the food away. The tomatoes go on the counter. The strawberries go in the fridge. The bread goes in the bread box. The cheese and honey go in the cabinet. I spend the afternoon reading. I sit on the sofa with my book. The book is a mystery novel. A detective tries to find a stolen diamond. It is exciting. I read for 2 hours. I finish 5 chapters. I do not want to stop, but I am hungry. It is 6 o'clock in the evening. Time to cook dinner. I decide to make bruschetta with the fresh tomatoes and sourdough bread from the market. It is simple but delicious. I cut the bread into thick slices. I put them in the oven to toast. I cut the tomatoes into small cubes. I add a little olive oil, salt, and fresh basil from my balcony garden. I mix everything gently. The bread is ready. It is warm, crispy, and golden. I put the tomato mixture on top of each bread slice. I add a little of the goat cheese from the market. The cheese is soft and creamy on the warm bread. I take my plate to the living room. I sit on the sofa. I take a bite. The bread is crunchy. The tomatoes are sweet and fresh. The cheese is creamy. The basil adds a wonderful aroma. It is a perfect meal. Simple, fresh, and flavorful. The market ingredients make all the difference. After dinner, I decide to watch a movie. I scroll through the options on my laptop. I choose a comedy. I need to laugh. The movie is about a man who accidentally becomes a teacher. It is very funny. I laugh many times. Laughing after a good meal is the best feeling. The movie ends at 10 o'clock. I am tired but happy. Saturday is almost over. It is a good Saturday. Pancakes for breakfast. The farmer's market with Tom. A walk in the park. Strawberries by the lake. Reading on the sofa. Fresh bruschetta for dinner. A funny movie. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I get into bed. The sheets are cool and soft. I close my eyes. Saturday is perfect. And tomorrow is Sunday. Another day of rest and enjoyment. Chapter 6, Sunday Morning. Sunday morning is different from Saturday morning. On Saturday, I want to go out and do things. On Sunday, I want to stay home and be quiet. I wake up at 9 o'clock. I stay in bed until 9:30. I check my phone. I read messages from friends. My brother Daniel sends me a funny video of a dog dancing. I watch it 3 times. It is hilarious. I get up and go to the kitchen. For Sunday breakfast, I make something different. I make French toast. I beat 2 eggs in a bowl with a little milk and cinnamon. I dip slices of bread into the egg mixture. I cook them in a pan with butter until they are golden brown on both sides. I put the French toast on a plate. I add strawberries from yesterday's market on top. I drizzle honey over everything. I make a strong cup of coffee. I sit at the kitchen table. I eat slowly. The French toast is soft inside and crispy outside. The cinnamon is warm and fragrant. The strawberries are sweet. The honey makes everything taste like a dessert. Sunday breakfasts are the best. After breakfast, it is cleaning time. I clean the apartment every Sunday morning. I vacuum the floors. I dust the furniture. I clean the bathroom. I wipe the kitchen counters. I take out the trash. I change my bed sheets. Cleaning takes about an hour and a half. When I finish, the apartment is spotless. It smells fresh and clean. Everything is in its place. I feel accomplished. Chapter 7, Sunday afternoon. At 1 o'clock, I call my parents. The phone rings 3 times. My mother answers. Hello, sweetheart. How is your weekend? It is wonderful, Mom. How are you and Dad? We are good. Your father is in the garden. Wait, I will put you on speaker. Hi, Dad. Hello, son. How is the weather there? It is perfect. Sunny and warm. How is the garden? The tomatoes are growing well. I think we will have a big harvest this year. We talk for 40 minutes. My mother tells me about her week at the hospital. A little girl with a broken arm draws a picture for her. It is a picture of my mother with angel wings. My mother keeps it on her desk. My father tells me about his new project. He builds a small bench for the garden. He uses old wood from a table that breaks. He recycles everything. Lily joins the call for a few minutes. She shows me her latest art project. It is a digital illustration of a city at night with colorful lights. It is beautiful. I love it, Lily, I say. You are so talented. Thank you, Alex. I miss you. I miss you too. I will visit next month. After the phone call, I walk to the cafe. Morning Cup is open on Sundays too. Lisa is behind the counter as always. Good afternoon, Alex. The usual? Yes, please. A latte and a blueberry muffin. I take my coffee and muffin to a table by the window. I open my book. I continue reading the mystery novel. The detective finds an important clue. I am excited. I read and sip my coffee. The latte is creamy and smooth. The muffin is soft and full of blueberries. Every bite has a burst of fruit. I read for an hour. The cafe is quiet on Sunday afternoons. There are only a few other customers. Soft piano music plays in the background. It is the perfect atmosphere for reading. I finish my coffee. I close my book. I leave the cafe. See you next week, Lisa. See you, Alex. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Chapter 8, Weekdays versus Weekends. I walk home from the cafe. The sun is lower in the sky now. The afternoon light is golden and warm. I think about the difference between weekdays and weekends. On weekdays, I wake up at 6:30. On weekends, I wake up at 9 o'clock or later. On weekdays, I eat a quick breakfast. On weekends, I make pancakes or French toast. On weekdays, I wear work clothes, button-up shirts and pants. On weekends, I wear comfortable clothes, jeans, t-shirts, and sneakers. On weekdays, I take the bus. On weekends, I walk everywhere. On weekdays, I eat lunch at my desk in the office. On weekends, I eat wherever I want. On weekdays, I work for 8 hours. On weekends, I do whatever I enjoy. On weekdays, I go to bed at 10:30. On weekends, I sometimes stay up until midnight. On weekdays, time moves fast. Meetings, emails, deadlines, projects. The hours fly by. Before I know it, the day is over. On weekends, time moves slowly. I take my time with everything. Breakfast is slow. Walking is slow. Reading is slow. Everything is relaxed and unhurried. But both are important. Weekdays give me purpose, structure, and a paycheck. Weekends give me rest, freedom, and joy. I need both. One without the other would not work. And there is a special feeling that connects them. The best moment of the week is Friday evening, when the weekend begins. And the second best moment is Sunday evening, when I feel rested and ready for a new week. Chapter 9, Sunday Evening. It is Sunday evening now. I am home. The sun sets outside my window. The sky turns orange and pink. The oak trees are dark silhouettes against the colorful sky. I cook a light dinner. I make a salad with lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, cheese, and olive oil. It is fresh and healthy. I eat at the kitchen table. I drink a glass of water. After dinner, I prepare for Monday. I choose my clothes for tomorrow. I pick a light gray shirt and dark blue pants. I put them on the chair so they are ready in the morning. I check my work bag. Laptop, charger, notebook, pen. Everything is there. I check my work emails one last time. Nothing urgent. Good. I close my laptop. I take a warm shower. The water is hot and relaxing. I wash away the weekend and prepare my body for a new week. I put on my pajamas. They are soft and warm. I make one last cup of tea. Chamomile, like Friday evening. I sit on the sofa. I look at my apartment.
It is clean and organized from this morning's cleaning.
The plants are green. The books are on the shelf. The kitchen is tidy. Everything is in its place. I think about my weekend. It is a good weekend. A very good weekend. Pancakes on Saturday morning.
The farmer's market with Tom.
Strawberries by the lake. A beautiful walk in the park. Bruschetta for dinner. A funny movie. French toast on Sunday. Cleaning. Calling my parents. Reading at the cafe. A light salad for dinner. Simple pleasures. Simple moments. But they make me happy.
They fill me with energy for the new week.
I set my alarm clock for 6:30. Monday is coming. But I am ready for it. I am rested. I am organized. I am happy. I turn off the lights. I get into bed.
The sheets smell clean and fresh.
I close my eyes.
Good night, Sunday, I whisper.
Thank you for a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow is Monday. A new week begins.
New meetings, new tasks, new challenges. But also new coffees, new conversations, and new moments. And next Friday, the weekend will come again.
It always does. Chapter 10, Special Weekends. Not every weekend is the same. Some weekends are special. Let me tell you about some of my favorite special weekends.
Last month, my brother Daniel comes to visit me in Greenfield. He takes the train from Riverside.
The train ride is 2 hours.
I pick him up at the train station on Saturday morning.
He carries a big backpack and a wide smile. "Hey, little brother," he says and gives me a big hug. "Hey, Daniel. Welcome to Greenfield."
We spend the whole weekend together.
On Saturday, I show him the city. We walk on Main Street. We visit the bookshop, the bakery, and the park. We eat lunch at a small Italian restaurant near the river. Daniel orders a big pizza with mushrooms and peppers.
I order pasta with pesto sauce.
The food is excellent.
In the afternoon, we walk along Green River.
Daniel is impressed.
"This is beautiful," he says.
Riverside does not have anything this pretty.
We sit on a bench and talk for a long time. We talk about our childhood memories, our parents, and our dreams for the future.
On Saturday evening, I cook dinner for Daniel. I make chicken with roasted vegetables and rice. Daniel says it is delicious.
"You learn from Mom," he says.
This tastes like home. After dinner, we play a board game. It is a strategy game. Daniel wins twice. He is very competitive. On Sunday morning, I take Daniel to Morning Cup Cafe. Lisa makes us special lattes with foam art on top. Daniel takes a photo of his latte before drinking it. "This cafe is amazing," he says. We eat croissants and talk more. Daniel leaves on Sunday afternoon. I walk him to the train station. We hug goodbye.
"Visit me in Riverside next month," he says.
"I promise," I say. I watch the train leave. I feel a little sad, but also happy. Family visits are the best kind of weekend. Another special weekend is when my friend Maria visits from my old city, Lakewood. Maria is my friend from university. She has curly red hair and a loud laugh. She is always full of energy. Maria arrives on a Friday evening. She is excited about everything.
"Show me everything," she says.
I show her my apartment. She loves the balcony.
"This view is incredible," she says. She takes photos of the oak trees and the sunset. On Saturday, Maria and I go to the farmer's market together.
Maria buys homemade soap, a jar of local honey, and a bunch of lavender.
She smells every flower at the flower stall.
She talks to every vendor. She asks questions about how they make their products. Maria is curious about everything. After the market, we go to a new cafe that I never visit before. It is called the Reading Corner. It is a cafe inside a bookshop. You can drink coffee and read books at the same time. Maria loves it. She finds an old poetry book and reads poems out loud while we drink hot chocolate. Other customers look at us and smile. On Saturday evening, we cook dinner together. Maria teaches me to make a salad with avocado, mango, and lime juice. It is a tropical salad. I never eat anything like it before. It is fresh, sweet, and tangy. It is delicious. After dinner, we walk in the park at night. The park has lights along the path.
The lake reflects the lights and the stars.
It is magical. We sit on a bench and talk about our university days, our friends, and our plans.
Maria tells me she wants to open her own bakery someday.
"I will be the best baker in Lakewood," she says. I believe her. Maria leaves on Sunday morning. She has a long drive back to Lakewood. We hug at the door. "Thank you for a wonderful weekend," she says.
Greenfield is a special place.
I can see why you love it here. Chapter 11, Rainy Weekends.
Sometimes the weekend weather is not good.
Sometimes it rains all weekend.
I do not like rain on weekdays because I have to walk to the bus stop.
But rain on weekends is different. Rain on weekends can be cozy.
I remember a rainy Saturday last month.
I wake up and hear the rain on the window. Tap, tap, tap. A steady, constant sound. I look outside. The sky is gray.
The oak trees are wet.
The street is shiny with water. Puddles form on the sidewalk. nobody walks outside.
On rainy Saturdays, I do not go out.
I stay home. And I love it. I make a big breakfast. Pancakes, as always.
I eat them slowly while I watch the rain through the kitchen window. The rain runs down the glass in thin lines.
It is hypnotic. After breakfast, I go to the living room. I turn on the lamp.
The warm yellow light fills the room.
I make a pot of hot tea.
I bring a blanket from the bedroom and wrap myself in it on the sofa.
I pick up my book.
I read for 3 hours.
3 whole hours of reading. The rain is the only sound. Tap, tap, tap on the window.
It is the perfect soundtrack for reading.
The story takes me to another world. I forget about the rain, the apartment, the city. I am inside the book. At noon, I make tomato soup. Tomato soup on a rainy day is perfect. I cook onions and garlic in a pot.
I add canned tomatoes, salt, pepper, and a little sugar.
I cook it for 20 minutes. Then I blend it with a hand blender until it is smooth. The soup is thick, warm, and red. I eat it with toasted bread. The bread is crunchy. The soup is velvety. Every spoonful warms me from the inside. In the afternoon, I watch movies. I watch 2 movies back to back.
The first movie is a comedy about 2 friends who start a business.
It is funny and heartwarming. The second movie is a drama about a musician. It is emotional. I cry a little at the end. Nobody sees me cry, so it is okay. In the evening, I call Sarah next door. Do you want to come over for tea? I ask. Sarah comes with a plate of brownies.
She bakes them this afternoon. Rainy days are for baking, she says.
We drink tea and eat brownies on the sofa. We talk about books, travel, and dreams. Sarah wants to visit Iceland someday.
She wants to see the northern lights.
I want to visit New Zealand. I want to see the mountains and the green hills. The brownies are chocolate and walnut.
They are rich, fudgy, and warm.
Sarah is an excellent baker. You should open a bakery with my friend Maria, I joke. Sarah laughs. Sarah leaves at 10 o'clock. Good night, Alex. Thank you for the tea and the company.
Good night, Sarah.
Thank you for the brownies. I close the door. I clean the cups and plates. I go to bed.
The rain still falls outside.
I close my eyes and listen. The rain sounds like a lullaby. Tap, tap, tap. Soft and steady. I fall asleep quickly. Rainy weekends are not so bad. They are different. They are quiet and cozy. Sometimes the best weekends are the ones where I do not leave the house at all. Chapter 12, The Importance of Free Time. I think about weekends a lot. Not just because I enjoy them, but because I believe free time is very important. During the week, I give my time and energy to work. I sit at a desk. I look at a computer screen. I go to meetings. I answer emails. I do my job well, and I am proud of my work. But work is not everything. On weekends, I give time to myself. I do things that make me happy. I cook food that I enjoy. I read books that I love. I talk to people I care about. I walk in nature and breathe fresh air. I rest my body and my mind. Without weekends, I think I would be very tired and unhappy. I need time to recharge. Like a phone that needs to charge every night, my body and mind need to charge every weekend. Free time also helps me be creative. Some of my best ideas come on weekends. When I am relaxed, my mind is free to think and imagine. I think of new recipes to cook. I think of places I want to visit. I think of things I want to learn. Free time gives my brain space to dream. I also believe that free time makes us better workers. When I come to work on Monday morning after a good weekend, I am focused and productive. I have energy and motivation. I do better work because I am rested. So here is my advice: enjoy your weekends. Do things you love. Spend time with people you care about. Rest. Laugh. Explore. Cook something new. Read a good book. Walk in a park. Watch a movie. Call your family. The week will always come again. The work will always be there. But the weekend is yours. Make it special. Make it count. Make it a time of joy and rest. Because life is not just about working. Life is about living. And weekends remind us of that. Chapter 13, My Weekend Essentials. Over the months in Greenfield, I discover certain things that make my weekends better. I call them my weekend essentials. They are simple things, but they make a big difference. The first essential is good coffee. I buy quality coffee beans from the farmer's market. I grind them fresh on Saturday and Sunday mornings. The smell of freshly ground coffee fills the kitchen and tells my brain, it is the weekend. No instant coffee on weekends. Only the good stuff. The second essential is a good book. I always have a book to read on weekends. I keep 2 or 3 books on my bedside table. Right now, I read the mystery novel and a book about the history of chocolate. I switch between them depending on my mood. The mystery novel is for exciting afternoons. The chocolate book is for lazy Sunday mornings. The third essential is fresh food. I buy fresh fruits, bread, and vegetables every weekend at the market or supermarket. Fresh food tastes better and makes cooking more enjoyable.
There is a difference between cooking with fresh tomatoes from the market and cooking with old tomatoes from the back of the fridge. Fresh ingredients inspire me to cook better meals.
The fourth essential is a walk outside.
Every weekend, I make sure to walk outside for at least 1 hour.
Rain or sun, cold or warm, I go outside.
I walk in the park, along the river, or through the streets of the city.
Walking clears my mind. It helps me think. It helps me relax. It helps me sleep better at night.
A weekend without a walk feels incomplete.
The fifth essential is time with people.
Whether it is Tom at the farmer's market, Lisa at Morning Cup, Sarah next door, or my family on the phone, I need human connection.
Weekends are the best time for this. During the week, I am busy and tired.
On weekends, I have the time and energy to really listen, really talk, and really connect with the people I care about. These 5 things, good coffee, a good book, fresh food, a walk outside, and time with people, are my recipe for a perfect weekend.
They are simple.
They are affordable.
And they work every single time. End.